ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायण नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। भद्रेश नित्य भागवतस्य वे भगवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्ठिकी। हरे कृष्ण। Okay, so we're reading from third canto, chapter 25, verse 25. Very important verse. सतां प्रसंगान् मम वीर्य संविदो भवन्ति हृत्कर्णरसायना कथाः तज्जोषणादाश्वपवर्गवर्त्मनि श्रद्धारतिर्भक्तिरनुक्रमिष्यति। सतां prasangan. Satam means pure devotees. Prasangan means association. Mama virya samvido. Samvada, samvida, discussion. Mama virya, my wonderful activities. In the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing. Hrit karna, hrit means heart, karna, ear, rasayana, pleasing. Bhagavatam is rasamalayam. So this is rasayana, katha. The very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation. See, by cultivating such knowledge. And thereafter he is freed. Apavarga Vartmani. Apavarga means liberation. Shraddha Ratir Bhaktir Anukramishati. So Shraddha, here it means firm faith, not the Ado Shraddha. This is Nishtha Shraddha. So this becomes firmly fixed. And after Nishtha, then it is Rati. Rati is Bhava. Real devotion is Rati. Rati means Bhava. Right? Devotional service. Real devotion and devotional service begin. Which means just in the association of pure devotees, when we discuss about pastimes, name, form, pastimes, qualities of Krishna, first is it should be very pleasing to the heart. Now, this is very important to understand what is pleasing to the heart. Now, most of us, we like to hear things that are not that we like to hear. We like to hear things that we like to hear. Meaning that will leave us in our comfort zone. We can do whatever we want. Those things we are happy hearing. But what cleanses the heart, what purifies the heart, that normally is very, very bitter. So it doesn't mean that discussion of pastimes and activities just means some, stories. That also we should understand. Satisfying to the ear and the heart by cultivating such knowledge. So it's a matter of cultivation. That means there's some effort. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced. So if we are doing quality Shravanam, so this I've told multiple times. If you are doing quality Shravanam, we have to advance on the path of liberation. Meaning we have to make progress on the path of devotional service. And we have to come to fixed. We'll be freed, then we'll become fixed. Our attraction to Krishna devotion service should become fixed. Then real devotion service begin. Real devotion means pure devotional service. The process of advancing in Krishna consciousness and devotional service is described here. The first point is that one must seek the association of persons who are Krishna consciousness and who engage in devotional service. Without such association, one cannot make advancement. Simply by theoretical knowledge or study, one cannot make any appreciable advancement. Simply by theoretical knowledge or study. One must give up the association of materialistic persons and seek the association of devotees, because without the association of devotees, one cannot understand the activities of the Lord. What does that mean? What does this mean? Without the association of devotees, one cannot understand the activities of the Lord. What does it mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Pranam.
Like we cannot understand the transcendental nature of the activities of the Lord. We think that without devotee association, without hearing from
I'm
seniors,
not able to hear you
Vaishnavas,
clearly. 1 second. I don't know whether it's
yes,
my
and
1 second. Are others able to hear, Mataji? I'm somehow not. It's very feeble.
No,
not clear.
Not clear. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Prabhuji, I was
Yeah.
saying that like without association of devotees, we'll not be able to understand the transcendental nature of pastimes of the Lord.
Gentle
Like
nature of pastimes of the Lord. Okay.
we'll think they are mundane like other people. Like when Lord came on, like when he manifested his Vrindavan pastime, so um, many people could not understand him. They were thinking he's like a mundane cowherd boy. So
Okay.
his activities are at a
Okay.
different level.
Okay. What else? Understanding the activities of the Lord doesn't necessarily mean just his pastimes, right? For example, how do we understand how the Lord is dealing with devotees?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Uh, I mean, sometimes in our own life also, as we progress in bhakti and making serious, I mean, we are serious in bhakti. Sometimes some situations are not pleasing to us.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be confusing for us why these things are happening. So
Mm.
at that time, if we are not in the right association, we will misunderstand, and there might be lot of
Mm.
chances we will misunderstand
Okay.
and think in other way. But if we
Mm.
are having in right association, so we can clearly understand uh, why these things are happening. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So good point. See, basically, we should understand saying activities of the Lord. Actually, one thing we should always be very, very. I mean, I've been highlighting this. Whenever we read Bhagavatam, please try to understand with respect to practical application. Means, how do I understand Krishna? So, do I understand Krishna? That is the point, right? Not about okay. See, um yeah, when we came into Krishna consciousness, then all our misunderstanding about Krishna's supreme position, Krishna being perfect, pure, Krishna being the supreme Lord. Now, all that we have crossed, right? At least this group of devotees who are coming here to do Shravanam. Now we have crossed that stage. Now we have to go to the next stage. The next stage is about actually understanding Krishna. Understanding activities of Krishna, meaning now in each of all of our lives, Krishna is playing a role, right? Krishna is playing a direct role in all our lives because we want to achieve him. We are making attempts to make progress, etc. Right? So Krishna is doing certain things in our life. I mean, it could be we could think about it as karma phala, we could think about it as whatever, right? Uh, yeah, we are not qualified, but still Krishna is there in our lives, right? And Krishna allows certain situations to happen in our life. Mm. Now, if we are not in the association of devotees, then what will happen is we will mostly look at things from a mundane perspective, meaning we will forget Krishna. We will forget Krishna in the picture. We will not bring Krishna in the picture, and we will try to interpret everything from mundane perspective. When we try to interpret things from mundane perspective, we cannot understand Krishna, right? For example, I mean, I'm saying many a times we see devotees, like for example, just about a year back, one of our very dear associates, devotees here in ISKCON Sheshadripuram, he left his body in a very, very unusual manner. And so many devotees obviously was such a amazing personality that many people were hurt, were feeling very, very bad, and many people even like lost kind of faith, like saying that how Krishna could let this happen to this devotee, right? But that's a completely mundane perspective. It's a complete mundane view. Okay, that person actually left in an accident and very like not, some truck running over him, some like not something that you would normally want to hear, right? But if we are not in the association devotees, then we will simply look at it from a mundane perspective, right? And then we'll say, how can Krishna let this happen to him? Now, what did Krishna allow? What did Krishna do with his devotee? Where did the devotee go? Nothing we know, right? And now we will start attributing mundane reasons to Krishna's activity, saying Krishna is, and then we will lose faith in Krishna, etc. So, for everything, we have to have a devotee's perspective. What is a devotee's perspective? A devotee's perspective is like Krishna is in control. And Krishna doesn't give up his devotees, right? Krishna is Name Bhakta Pranashati, is making a promise in Bhagavad Gita. And irrespective, I mean, we might be big devotee, small devotee, whatever it is, right? Krishna will never leave us. Krishna will never leave us, right? We are not seeing Krishna. That's our problem. That's all. But Krishna is not leaving us, right? So when we are in the association devotees, devotees help us understand, saying that, see, this is what Krishna is teaching you, or this is what we need to learn. Uh, right, so if we are not in the associate devotees, we will become our perspective will be natural to our current conditioning state, and we might just look at everything in a very mundane manner, right? So it's very, very important to get associated, and one of the most powerful association that I've been, that's the whole idea why we are having these sessions, is Prabhupada. Through his words, in his purports, he's making it very, very clear. He's making it very, very clear how to understand Krishna, how to understand Krishna's hands in our life, right? But we don't read Prabhupada's books so attentively, and that's the problem why we end up misinterpreting, using our own, it's mental speculation basically. We simply mentally speculate about Krishna. But pure devotees don't mentally speculate about Krishna, right? They will, first of all, it'll be based on philosophy. Second, it'll be based on their own experience, right? So we have to be in the association with devotees so that we see things in the right perspective. Mm. Unfortunately, yesterday I was discussing with somebody, uh, saying that, like we talk about different religions as being fanatical, like meaning like they do extreme things. But if we don't see Shastra properly, then we might also end up doing things like this, right? So Shastric perspective, Guru Sadhu Shastra is very, very important. Mm. So that can happen only in the association devotees. Otherwise, we can't understand. We can't understand these things. We will just take a mundane view about everything. Mm. It's very, very important to transcend our mundane vision. We have to be in the association of devotees who are pure, whose intentions are pure, whose actions are pure, whose heart is pure. And pure means what? Not like mundane, pure mode of goodness. Means simply trying to please Krishna as per Guru Sadhu Shastra. All these three are very, very important, right? Prabhupada stressed this a lot. Mm. It cannot be one of these, because if we just depend on sadhu, then we don't know Shastra, then again we don't know, right? There are so many people who call themselves sadhus, but we don't know, right? So Shastra is required. But can we understand Shastra ourselves? No, we can't. Okay, sadhus are speaking something, sadhus are speaking also maybe as per Shastra, but how do I apply it in my life, Guru? This is the reason it has to be Guru Sadhu Shastra, right? So it's very, very important to constantly, everything that we do should be from this perspective, Guru Sadhu Shastra, Guru Sadhu Shastra, right? And the key thing here is that association with those pure sadhus, Satham. That's why it says Satham. They're always in touch with the Supreme Lord. They're always in touch with eternality. They're always in touch with Sat. We are, at least I can speak about myself, most of the times in touch with Asat, with the temporary, with the mundane, right? So our perspectives will be wrong, right? We will look at things in a wrong perspective. And then we cannot understand Krishna. Then we will make our own assumptions about Krishna, which are just simply mental speculation. So this is very, very important. And I mean, why am I stressing this? This is one of the most powerful statements because this actually, like Prabhupada said, process of advancing in Krishna consciousness, right? And if you don't understand Krishna, what is the question of making progress, right? Generally, people are convinced of the impersonal feature of the absolute truth because they do not associate with devotees. They cannot understand that the absolute truth can be a person and have personal activities. This is a very difficult subject matter. And unless one has personal understanding of the absolute truth, see, personal understanding of absolute truth. How can we have personal understanding of absolute truth? Only when we do bhakti and then Krishna reciprocates with us. Otherwise, there's no meaning to devotion. Service or devotion cannot be offered to anything impersonal. Service must be offered to a person. Non-devotees cannot appreciate Krishna consciousness by reading Srimad Bhagavatam or any other Vedic literature wherein the activities of the Lord are described. Non-devotees cannot understand. Meaning they might be reading, but they can't really understand. They think that these activities are fictional, manufactured stories, because spiritual life is not explained to them in the proper mood. To understand the personal activities of the Lord, one has to seek the association of devotees, and by such association, when one contemplates, this is very important. When one contemplates and tries to understand the transcendental activities of the Lord, the path to liberation is open, and he is freed. See, this freed, what does this freed mean? Freed means that we are out of material, mundane platform, meaning liberation, right? Brahmabhuta. Now, we can't come to Brahmabhuta if we are looking at things from a mundane perspective. We can't look at things from a mundane perspective. That is why it is said that pure devotion is very, very difficult. Because sometimes, even though we are doing devotion, we might not be doing pure devotion. Because we have some ulterior motive. Sometimes that ulterior motive is purely mundane. Sometimes that ulterior motive is also might also be devotional also. There could be ulterior motives. That is the reason why Vaishnava ke Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and then His Holiness Jaipatak Maharaj has written beautiful commentary. Please, I'm recommending this multiple times. Right? Please read this book Vaishnava ke. It's a absolute must for every devotee who is serious to make progress in Krishna consciousness. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says there, saying that, like how devotees who have given up all mundane stuff, they've given up all mundane stuff, but they get attached to something which is not pure. And there he specifically talks about La Puja Pratishtha, right? Upashaka Gan. This is called Upashaka. These are sub creepers or sub branches of bhakti. I mean, which look like the actual creeper, but actually no. Right? So we have to be freed from all this. Our aim is to go back to Krishna. Our aim is to simply please Krishna. Right? And Prabhupada in his books is very, very clearly delineating what that path is. So we have to become freed from all this. Otherwise, if you don't come to Brahmabhuta, Brahmabhuta is seeing only one everywhere, seeing just simply Krishna. That is Brahmabhuta, seeing Brahman everywhere. If you don't see Brahman, and when we are seeing colors, we are seeing various colors, right? Which means our own vision. Then we can't come to pure devotion. And for which one of the most important things, that is why Rupa Goswami says, saying it is among Shadvida, right? One of them is Guhyam Akyati Pruchati. This is very, very important. Actually, many devotees think that they are above this. Guhyamakyati Pruchati. What is Guhyamakyati Pruchati means? Means confidentially discussing things with at least one devotee. At least one devotee. And this confidential means what? Our kachada in our heart, we should be able to place in front of that person. And see, as practicing devotees, actually, all of us are able to recognize our contamination. It's not like we are not able to recognize contamination, but we are not able to rectify it. We're not able to rectify it. And for us to be able to rectify it, there are only two mechanisms, right? One is Shravanam. If general Shravanam is not helping us rectify our own mistakes, then we have to have that person, that, personal guidance of a devotee, whom various people call different names, mentor, Shiksha Guru, whatever it is, The whole point is that we should be able to open up our dirty heart in front of somebody and tell somebody, saying, I know when I read Prabhupada's books, I know that he's saying this is not right. This is some vested interest, but I'm not able to come out of it. Can you please help? Right? Now, if we don't come out, then we will just get stuck there, unfortunate. But we've given up everything else, but we'll get stuck somewhere, right? Which is not pure, which is not pure. So it's very, very important that we become freed. We become freed. Our only pure intention should be just to please Krishna, as Srila Prabhupada has taught us. Right? Because Prabhupada is our Shiksha Guru, right? So we have to understand, and his books are the basis. He's told that multiple times. One who has firm faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes fixed, and his attraction for association with the Lord and devotees increases. See, this is also very, very important. First of all, there should be attraction for association with the Lord. Right? So one of the symptoms of progress is that we get attracted to chanting Hare Krishna. What else? How else are we able to associate with the Lord? Of course, deity worship, those who are fortunate enough, qualified enough, they will do deity worship. But for most of us who are not that qualified, the only attraction is with the Nama, right? And Bhagavatam. So Hare Krishna Mahamantra and Bhagavatam, if we not getting attracted to these, then that means that there is some problem. That means there is some problem, right? So we should get attracted by Nama. And this Nama is not like Kirtan Nama. Kirtan Nama is sometimes music, right? And performance. This is our own chanting. Our own chanting. We should have taste. What is the taste for chanting? Can somebody say what is the taste for chanting? What does it mean? What does it mean to have taste for chanting?
We are not limited to chant only our specific rounds, Prabhu.
We're not limited to chanting specific rounds, okay?
We are fully immersed while chanting.
Yeah, I mean we are immersed. We are immersed, not just immersed. Actually, we just experience the nectar of Harinam. That is attraction, right? As in, we are so attracted that we are just wanting to chant, wanting to chant. And when we are continuously chanting, what happens? Suddenly, I mean, it might not be on all namas, at least on few, sometimes we just feel bliss. We should just feel happiness, saying that, yes, Krishna, yes, Radha, Krishna. That is the attraction. Then, if somebody says like nothing else to do today, only chanting, from today, no one, no other activity, nothing else, just simply chanting, we should be like super jumping up and down, saying that, wow, this is what I want. Somebody is saying, I'm going to take care of everything else for you, your responsibilities, house activities, this, that, and all that, and all I will get is a chanting bag in my hand. We should be jumping up and down, not getting bored, right? That is the taste, right? And we should go towards that. So that is the attraction, right? Krishna, I'm associating with Krishna through his nama. That is one. The other is Bhagavatam, right? And hearing about Krishna continuously, whether it is heavy kapilas, heavy hammering, or some sweet pastimes of Krishna, or creation, or whatever it is, right? Everything in Bhagavatam is nectar. We should just be happily like engaged in Shravanam, right? Like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to do 5 hours, 6 hours. That is the attraction. And when that attraction increases, automatically attraction towards devotees have to increase. Otherwise, it will become prakrita bhakti, right? When we are not, when we don't desire to associate with devotees, mm, then we say, no, no, I'm attracted to Krishna, but I'm not attracted to devotees. That means that it's not real attraction. Real attraction means attraction to those devotees who are attracted to Krishna. That is real attraction, right? Those devotees are so attracted to Krishna that they can't just leave him for a moment, and they're continuously engaging in doing activities to please him. We will get attracted to such devotees. Then we are making progress. Because here Prabhupada is saying association with devotees means association with the Lord. The devotee who makes this association develops the consciousness for rendering. See, consciousness. It's not that he's not just rendering service. He develops the consciousness for rendering. Meaning we have to render service with the right consciousness. Then being situated in the transcendental position. See, again, amazing. I mean, that's why, Prabhupada words are so powerful that we can't just, if you just leave the statement here, if you just say develop the consciousness for rendering service, then we can't really understand what is that consciousness. So Prabhupada is saying that is transcendental consciousness. That consciousness is above all these mundane, upadhi designations. So we have to be situated in this transcendental position. Our association has to bring us to this transcendental position, pull us out of our mundane perspectives, mundane thought process. Then we become perfect. And in the association of such devotees, we have to do hearing. That's why yesterday somebody was telling me, saying that they've been coming to our Hulimau center, and before that, that Mataji was going to some other Whitefield or somewhere, and then she was coming, and then yesterday she was telling me, now we are moving to UK. She was like worried. She said, please bless me. And I said, see, no blessing and all that. Simply get stuck to Prabhupada's book. Simple. That's all. Over. End of story. Right? Just get to attach to Prabhupada's books. Nobody can touch you. Nobody can touch you. Nobody can misguide you. Nobody can push you in a wrong direction. Because Prabhupada is answering, is telling everything that is required for us. Right? And if we get hooked on to this association of Srila Prabhupada, then our life is going to become perfect. There's no way we can fail. There's no way we can get stuck somewhere. Right? It's such powerful statements. I mean, that's why these purports, like this Kapila Muni's purport, these purports to these verses are simply outstanding. They're so deep that if we can read it at a surface level, right? Statement like this, yeah, okay. So we will simply think like this, okay, I'll be in the association of devotees, I will render service, I'll become perfect. Yeah, but how? How should I render service? Prabhupada is saying that service has to be rendered on the transcendental platform. The consciousness of being above this body, above mundane designations, above material desires, then we become perfect. Right? Then whatever we hear pleases our heart. Right? That is the one more thing I keep telling devotees, saying that don't get attached to many devotees come and tell me, Prabhu, I am just attached to hearing from you. I don't like to hear from anybody. I said that's wrong. I said that's wrong. Is there any devotee who is trying to do, there are so many great devotees, right, who are trying to do perfect, purely serve Krishna. You should be able to hear from those people as well, right? Because any pure devotee, if he is speaking, then it will be pleasing. Somebody might be attracted to me just because, for whatever reason, right? But that doesn't mean that it's that some gold standard. Right? The gold standard is that it has to be any pure devotee. We should be here and it should be pleasing. And irrespective of whether that devotee is hammering heavy philosophy or whether he is, saying some very nice pastimes, it should be pleasing to our ear. Why heavy hammering of philosophy should also be pleasing to our ear and not just pastimes, like happy pastimes? Why should heavy hammering of philosophy also be pleasing to our ear? Hare Krishna.
Because it directly help us to rectify our
Yeah,
anarthas.
because it's going to clean us. It's going to take us closer to Krishna, right? If something is going to take us closer to Krishna, then that should be pleasing to us, right? So association of pure devotees is the key. Please, I mean, there is nothing else. Everything else, there's nothing more important than this. And if we are in the right association, we should see ourselves going in this direction. We should become freed. Our attraction should become fixed. We should be engaged in real devotion and devotional service, which is pure devotion, right? Which means that in the association of just, I mean, my experience with Prabhupada's books over the last 13 years, that I can see that from where I was, he's definitely brought me here to at least 50-60%. Yeah, attraction fixed, maybe not yet, right? But at least I know that I've come here, right? I've come with freed, like 3 alphabets of freed. I'm there, right? And that is simply by hearing from him, simply by hearing from Prabhupada. Hammering, right? And that hammering has today, and people think that is hammering. No, there's no rasa in this hammering. I say, like, now when you experience rasa after being hammered, that rasa is like out of the world, because now you experience that rasa with purity. And when you experience that rasa, when you're freed, that means you experience rasa with purity, and then that rasa tastes amazingly sweet. But the same rasa will not taste so sweet if we have mundane contamination. Right? So don't shy away from being hammered. It's very, very important. Prabhupada never soft pedaled anything. Prabhupada was not like, nice, yeah, it's okay, you take your time, do the. He never said that. He never said that. His books never say that. Right? Because he's our well-wisher. He's there with us, he's pulling us. Because he wants us to come to this platform of attraction to Krishna. See, we should just understand what this attraction means. Attraction means, like Madhurya Kandami we were discussing, right? Like, we are distracted from mundane stuff. You want to say, "No, forget it. I mean, I'm not interested in this. I want to serve Krishna. I want to serve Prabhupada's mission. I want to chant. I want to read. This attraction. Of course, and our mundane responsibilities, all that we take care nicely. Like Prabhupada, the acharyas give this example. No? If a lady is attached to a paramour, then she does her work at home very, very meticulously so that nobody can doubt her. Like that. Right? So we'll do all our material responsibilities. We'll try to finish it, right? Fast, so that we can spend more and more time, yeah, being attracted to hearing about Krishna, being in the association of devotees, serving the mission. And all this will happen simply by association, simply by association. It's very, very powerful. And again, I'm highlighting this. If you are not seeing yourself making progress in whatever Shravanam you're doing, there's something wrong, because it just cannot fail. The process is perfect. It has to work. It has to work, right? Anyway, I'll stop here. Open it up to any other points, discussion.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, please.
When you said hammering,
Yeah.
there is an example in Shastra, books also, like goldsmith. He has to make something, to make pure, he has to hammer the gold. Then only
Okay.
it can become a
Very,
pure actually.
very nice, very nice, very nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, it's a
And
nice example to quote. Yeah.
so that way, if somebody pure devotee hammers us, so we are improving. It means that we are way to get improved actually.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, Prabhu.
Another, you said association or understanding of Krishna's in life devotees, as you was giving example of one devotee, that our Haripuram devotee.
Yeah.
I want to mention a little more.
Yes, Prabhu.
His wife lost 6 months back. Before 6 months, his husband died. Before left, his wife left. Lost brother 6 months before.
No, yeah, correct.
So, but their wavering was never well.
Yeah.
He
No
left.
wavering.
Their parents also was not wavered. When son-in-law left, then also parents were not wavered actually.
No,
That is the
amazing.
dependence on the Guru Krishna and Krishna
Absolutely.
actually. That is
Absolutely. And
yes,
yeah, I mean, this is like real example for us. I mean,
yes.
we should up. Mataji is so mature in Krishna consciousness. I mean, it's just amazing. Anybody gets to associate with her. I mean, very, very fortunate because she's, though she comes across like a very simple lady, but you know, her, what she demonstrated, I think is worth like emulating. Everybody should understand that mood of
And
complete surrender to Guru and Krishna and complete like simply accepting Krishna's will, right? And looking at the transcendental, saying that, you know, no, my husband is so exalted, he would have gone to some, you know, very, very exalted position. So why should I lament?
yeah.
Right? So amazing, amazing. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
And
Yes.
other example, I does not to name it. One senior devotee's wife left Kenaman. They are a very aged person. He also left in age, and his wife is there. Still, she says, "My Prabhu left." And whenever you talk to her, only, Prabhu, you see, I am alone. He left. I told my wife. I said, at this age also she's lamenting for him. Actually, I don't know. Kenaman, those so exalted devotees actually Kenaman. I can't think over that, Prabhu Kenam. Actually, you compare these two young and Kenam old, is sometimes Kenam I get bewildered. Okay, what happening this actually in life actually? Some senior devotees also actually Kenam.
No, which is why that surrender to Guru, surrender to Krishna, I think is is very, very critical, right? And
Very critical. Very critical.
at least, yeah, the younger devotees that we are talking about, they got their personal association service of Guru and very dedicated, simple understanding, you know. So yeah, anyway, I think it's a very important thing, right? That we are to
No,
be
but
able to understand.
other senior devotee also got personal association here. I can't say that they don't have a guru and personal association actually.
Like Srila Prabhupada said that, you know, there can be a, you know, there can be insect hovering around the Guru, you know, is it troubling the Guru? Is it serving the Guru? So yeah, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so many devotees, Jautaridas was with the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but it
Yeah,
also,
yeah,
so it's the mood with which we surrender, right?
yeah. Surrender. That's
It
right.
obviously reflects in the maturity that we develop in Krishna consciousness and how we deal with life situations, etc. I think, yeah, so it's not just about taking association versus being
Yeah.
with the Guru is very, very different.
We have to understand the association meaning.
Yeah. So that is the reason this association doesn't mean just physical presence, right?
Yeah.
Association means learning every moment,
Learning.
right? From what a senior Vaishnava, pure devotee is doing, how he or she is living and learning, right? And if
Wonderful.
that is not there, then we will just be, yeah, physically present around, but that's not going to help, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Can I say something?
Yes, Mansi, please.
Prabhuji, you said about association. That what
Mhm.
my experience I wanted to share about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I at least I don't know about others, but I will be waiting for Saturday, Prabhuji, to associate with the devotees. What
Yeah.
more I can learn, what more services I can do.
Mm.
So this is what
Yeah.
association is, what my experience, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So Radhika Mataji is part of our Vijayanagar preaching team. So she and many of our other devotees, Girida Mataji is here. Harnath Prabhu's under Harnath Prabhu's guidance, they're all very happily engaged in Krishna consciousness. We are very happy. Last Saturday we did one Siksha program, more than 80 devotees to commitment to chant Hare Krishna, and we are just like in this place. We just started now some 4 months, 3-4 months back, and after book distribution marathon, suddenly we were like 25 people, 30 people. Now Krishna has sent 100 people, and all these devotees are happily serving, and then they're so blissful. Any service, anything you tell, they're ready to do. So Mataji is part of that very, very enthusiastic team of devotees who are happy to serve. They're taking care of their house responsibilities at the same time serving very nicely. Every week the team calls more than 80 devotees. Every week they call them, invite them to the program, right? And their sincerity, their efforts, the planning, everything is clearly it's showing Krishna is showing mercy, and they're all feeling very, very happy, blissful in Krishna consciousness. So yeah, so when we are in the association with the right kind of devotees, right mood to service, no, and very clean environment, right? No hodgepodge, no talking behind somebody, no nothing, right? Simply pure transcendental platform, right? And I till now, I mean, I really pray to Krishna that these devotees can just continue like that and move forward, because sometimes after we make progress, we get stuck. Right, so it's always good to stick to Guru Sadhu Shastra, stick to understanding Prabhupada's books, and that will always keep us in the right frame of mind to serve purely without any other motivation. I till now I have not seen any devotee here, feeling like, oh, so this devotee Prabhu is talking to them more, me less, or nothing like that. I don't feel any material. There are no material feelings there at all. It's simply transcendental. It's simply bliss to serve Guru Krishna. They're so enthusiastic. And yeah, I mean, and it's all, fortunately, Krishna sent so many nice devotees there, and everybody is so nicely engaged in service. So yeah, that's very good example. Even I am very, very happy when I have to go every Saturday. I'm also very, very feel very happy to be in the association of all these devotees. Yes. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Vamshi Prabhu is
Prabhu,
also here. Sorry, I didn't see the whole list of people. Yeah, Vamshi Prabhu, Shruti Mataji, all of them. Yes.
So, Prabhu, I think what you mentioned about association, right? So, one more point which I just have felt in my own life, in our own life, myself and Shruti, is we just recently shifted from Malleshwaram to Girinagar. It's been 2 years now, and when we were there, there was some level of progress towards spiritual this thing sadhana. But after we shifted here, I think it dropped. And I think some of the reflections, what I'm able to gauge through today's session is we got back association, and it has actually helped us to progress much faster than what we had done before. So definitely, I think association makes a lot of difference. Is what I would say.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. There's nothing else, then we'll end. We're already at 9:15. So just we should always stick to this, right? Just one, like even multiple prayers, like Dhruva Maharaj prays, for example, right? Saying that you give me association of devotees, right? So every great devotee prays for association of your devotees. So that should be our only constant prayer. Our only constant prayer should be, Krishna, please don't take me away from the association of pure devotees, right? And give me
So much,
association of pure devotees. Yes, Prabhu.
so much you are telling about Vijayanagar. It is making me.
Please come, Prabhu. We want to invite you.
Take association of Vijayanagar, actually, frankly.
No, seriously. I mean, we'll invite you someday. You can
Yeah,
please
yeah.
come. It's a simple. I mean, we've taken a yoga kendra, like it's a BBMP run yoga kendra. So MLA, corporator signed. He gave us permission to do there. So Saturdays the yoga classes are not happening. Normal yoga classes. So we are doing bhakti yoga, and it's a nice, very nice place. And more interestingly, like devotees are very, very enthusiastic. It looks almost like completely, everything happens so perfectly, and everybody is engaged and no complaints. Right? Nobody says,
Very good.
I have too much service. They are like, give us more. Can we do more? Can we take up more? I said like, yeah, I mean, we don't have a permanent place. Otherwise, we could have done a lot more. But with whatever we have, they're enthusiastically engaging in services, book distribution, doing flower garlands. They wanted to do prasadam, but we don't have place to cook prasadam. So we are saying at least, cook some sweet, something at your home. So yeah, I mean, generally everybody is like very, very enthusiastic to serve.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Let's meet somewhere.
Yes, Prabhu. We'll definitely plan and invite you.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll close here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo Namaste. Hare Krishna, Dhanvat Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Manjari. Hare Krishna, everybody.